If you're not having the best of days, you may want to switch up your soundtrack, as new research shows upbeat tunes can help put a positive spin on things. Whether it's Happy by Pharrell Williams or Queen's Don't Stop Me Now, listening to uplifting music really does cheer people up. In particular, a study found mood-lifting songs, such as ABBA's Dancing Queen, makes us see colors as brighter than they actually are. During tests, the researchers discovered that uplifting music led to participants judging a gray square as brighter than it really was, while sad music made the square appear darker. Professor Joydeep Bhattacharya, a psychologist at Goldsmiths, University of London, said, "Brightness is a metaphor for happiness, and we have shown music can have a subtle effect on it, depending on whether it is happy or sad." Instrumental samples were composed for the tests, to counter the effect of any word associations such as dark or lonely for negative feelings, and words such as bright or free associated with a more positive mood. Professor Bhattacharya explained, from everyday phrases like "look on the bright side" and "the forces of darkness" to the rituals and attire of weddings and funerals, a prevalent metaphor in our culture is the association of the concept of good and evil, or happiness and sadness, with brightness and darkness. Across 3 experiments, we have shown relatively short pieces of music could be used as effective emotional primes for influencing how bright we judge something to be. It demonstrates the powerful way music can affect our bias, and this bias is aligned with the way we use metaphor. A total of 20 participants were shown a gray square for 1 second, before being played a randomized piece of music for up to 17 seconds. They were then asked to rate the music on a scale of very unpleasant to very stimulating. When they were shown a second gray square, identical to the one presented earlier, those who rated the music as pleasant judged the square to be brighter than those who rated the music more negatively. In a second experiment, a different set of 20 participants repeated the process, but were not asked to evaluate the music before being shown the second square. Just as in the first experiment, the second square was judged to be brighter by participants who'd been played music prejudged by the researchers as being positive. This indicates brightness judgment bias may be an automatic effect, said Professor Bhattacharya. Merely listening to happy or sad music affects subsequent brightness judgment. In a final experiment with another set of 20 adults was asked to learn a gray scale with brightness varying from 1, completely black, to 100, completely white. They were then played music of various styles and asked to judge another square. Those who were played positive music judged the square to be brighter than its real level of brightness on the original gray scale. All 3 experiments produced a very similar outcome. The findings are published in the journal PLOS ONE. Last year, an equation developed by Dutch scientists rated Queen's Don't Stop Me Now as the top feel-good song of the last 50 years. They found the 1978 hit has just the right tempo, lyrics, and is played in the musical key identified as producing a happy feeling. Others artists to make the top 10 list included ABBA, The Beach Boys, Billy Joel, and Survivor, who made Eye of the Tiger. Happy by Pharrell Williams came out top of the list of songs for the past 6 years, while Dancing in the Moonlight by Toploader was the best feel-good tune between 2000 and 2009. Professor Bhattacharya said, "It would be interesting in future to use scans to track the information flow between the primary visual cortex and the emotional circuitry to see what exactly is going on." Music therapy can be used to help depressed people feel slightly brighter, and we have come up with a new insight into a very big puzzle. It would also be interesting to see if people's own personal favorites enhances the effect. My advice if you want to cheer yourself up is keep listening to the music.